Hello and welcome back to Dukascopy TV. Now, everyone loves diamonds, but how can you be sure of their authenticity? Joining me for the third part of our Glitter, Glamour and Investment series is Elke Berr. Elke, welcome back into the studio.
Thank you very much.
Now, we mentioned before in our previous episodes that each diamond has its own inclusions. So what should people look out for, though, to make sure that they're actually not a fake?
So what is very important, you should have a certificate. So I think most of the stones are sold now with certificates. So there are different institutes who offer the certifications. The most well-known for Europe is HRD, and there's also GIA. I brought back some of my samples for you.
Excellent. Let's see what you've got here for us.
I brought the same as last time because we can continue to look at it. And I brought this pair of earrings. And I think this is not too big to wear. So this is a perfect example if you can go in a shop and say, okay, I would like these ones. So then you can ask about the certificate. And so this is, for example, a GIA certificate.
Okay, so what are the important facts which are written on the certificate that they need to know details?
Yeah. So, for example, one thing, it's not always in the certificate, but something it's very easy to identify a stone is the laser inscription. So this will be here. There will be some numbers, and they will be identical on the certificate. So you are really sure that this stone corresponds to this certificate. Then you will have what shape it is, so round brilliant, we saw this last time, and also the measurements. So normally all stones are measured. You call this leverage, or you can also do it with a small scale like that. So you measure it. Then the carat weight is on it. In fact, it's the 4 C's we saw before. The color grade, the clarity grade, and the cut. Because it's very important, not every stone has the same cut. Then also we can see how it's the finish, the polish, and the symmetry, and the fluorescence.
Now, you mentioned there fluorescence. What other aspects affect the evaluation of a diamond?
So about 30% of all diamonds can have fluorescence. It's something natural. If the diamond is white and there is fluorescence, it's something quite negative. So it will bring down the price a bit. If, for example, the color is quite low, let's say a E, and this the blue fluorescence, if you look at it, the stone can look whiter than it is. For example, then what it is, you have a small machine here, and it's the blue light, and you put the stone under, and then it really comes out in the fluorescence color. So it's just that sometimes with the eye, you have doubts about. You really think if the low color and the fluorescent, you really think the color is better than it is.
Something to be a little bit concerned.
Yes, and it affects the price. So if normally it should be none of the fluorescence. And for example, the stone we saw before, which is an eye color, let's say it's a bit low, but it has no fluorescence, so it's important to know.
Now, obviously we want diamonds to sparkle. It's the main attraction, shall we say. Yeah. But what can you tell us about the perfect cut and how that affects it?
So what is the perfect cut? It should that the angles and the symmetry should be right. Why? Because the color, the light has to go in, go here this inside the stone and go out again. This will really be the maximum of sparkling in all colors. If the light goes in and out down, it means it's not very brilliant. And the same happens if the stone is quite high, the diamond, it's the deep cut, it goes in and it goes out on the side. So that's why it's very important to have the very good proportions. And so, for example, here is how an ideal cut should be. So it's really very specific, the table, the crown. So this is the table, this is the crown, this is the girdle. The girdle is the all-around. It should not be too thin, neither too thick. And then the collar and the pavilion and the depth in general. because as we saw, too big or too thin, it's not good. So this is, and it's really written in the certificate. For example, here is the polish, the symmetry is very good.
So basically, if you're wanting a ring on your finger, this is what you're looking for, this perfect cut.
Should have, and all this is a question of the price also. Perhaps you can say, okay, I don't want a perfect cut, but I wanted a stone look bigger, then you will perhaps take a stone which is a bit shallower, has less sparkle, but it will look bigger, and it will be a bit less expensive too.
Now, what other important factors? What about if the diamond has been treated beforehand? Is this information that will be passed on right away on the certificate itself?
Yes, of course. This is a very important point. It has to be written if there is treated, because there is different treatments. And for example, there's laser drilling. What means that there is a black spot, and with the laser, for bigger stones you do it, you can put this black spot out. So a piquet with the black spot we saw before, with the laser will take it out. So it means you can't see it anymore, but this must be written in a certificate. And there is also a treatment, high pressure treatment. Let's say stones in a low color can be treated with high pressure, and then they get white. And of course, this also must be mentioned in the certificate. And even in the certificate, you can see where is, for example, if there is an inclusion, you can also see where is the inclusion. For example, here it's written where is the VVS1, where is the spot. So it really shows you exactly, when you look at it, at the stone, where it is.
It's very specific.
Yeah, it's like the passport, so it's very specific, exactly.
Elke, thank you. Fascinating information yet again. Thank you for your information today.
It's my pleasure.
That's the third of our series of glitter, glamour and investments. Tune back in next time when we'll be finding out how to buy a diamond. You certainly don't want to miss it. Bye for now.